At the Woody Guthrie Center, we have the only permanent exhibit in Oklahoma that's dedicated to the Dust Bowl experience. You sit on the front porch, put on the goggles, and you, in the virtual world, are experiencing the anticipation of watching one of the worst dust storms approaching you. You see the impact it has on the environment around you, on the animals, and it could be a little bit startling, and which is good. We want people to understand the impact that humans have on their environment. And since this was a man-made ecological disaster, stress the need to care for the land. So those people who left this region to get away from the dust storms to survive were often greeted at the border of California by what was termed the bum blockade. Policemen who were stationed at the state borders to check to see if people had money before they would allow them into the state. If you didn't have money, if you didn't have that do-re-mi, you better get on back to where you came from. But the reason it's important to the Woody Guthrie Center is because of the impact it had on Woody becoming a social activist as a spokesperson for his people. He was in Pampa, Texas during Black Sunday, the worst of the dust storms. He saw people around him who literally thought the world was coming to an end. And then he traveled to California where he was on the radio. But he was also seeing the way that the people from Oklahoma, Kansas, New Mexico, Colorado were being treated. They were in migrant camps, starving. And the disconnect of those who had and those who didn't have anything was so huge that Woody knew he had to speak for his people. He was also on the radio receiving thousands of fan letters from his show. And he knew that his voice was reaching people and that he could make a difference for those migrants, for the disenfranchised workers who were his people. And he chose to use his voice to speak for them. Those people who felt that they had no voice, Woody Guthrie became their voice because of this experience.